Tiffany's is leaving Seattle. To be honest, I didn't even know Seattle had a Tiffany's store. Half of these stores that are closing down in this terrible area of downtown Seattle, I didn't know existed until I hear closed. Luxury jeweler to exit Pacific Place in latest downtown retail closure. Let's get into it. Here we go. Now, while California is cracking down on crime with tougher penalties under Proposition 36, it's clear that we're living in uncertain times, economically and socially. So with inflation climbing, government debt piling up, and policy shifting overnight, the real question is, how do you protect what you've worked so hard to build? It's exactly why I trust Lear Capital, sponsor of today's video. To help secure my savings with gold and silver, Lear Capital has been a trusted name for over 27 years, handling $3 billion in transactions and earning thousands of five-star reviews. They make investing in gold and silver simple and secure. In times like these, when crime is rising and government policies are unpredictable, precious metals are one of the most reliable ways to safeguard your wealth. Don't wait until it's too late to take action. Call Lear Capital today at 855-271-1871 or visit trylear.com/reasonable to get your free wealth protection kit. No obligation, just the information you need to shield your savings from inflation and instability. And here's the best part. If you open a qualified account, Lear Capital will give you up to $15,000 in bonus coins to help you get started. That's 855-271-1871. Take control of your financial future today and make sure your money is as secure as your values. First thing we're going to do is we're going to take just a little look at the mappy map here. What does Nick Johnson call? I think he literally calls his little friend on his videos Mappy, right? Mappy. Let's look at Mappy here. My Mappy doesn't talk, by the way. So we've got Pike and Pine with here's Pike and Pine with 3rd Avenue right here. Okay. So you hang a righty on Pine, go 1 block, 2 blocks, 3 blocks, and then boom, you are there at Tiffany. So literally 3 blocks up the street is Tiffany, one of the most world-renowned, jewelry stores. I don't think I've ever been in one. I know there's one in Bellevue Square. This is the last Tiffany's in Seattle. Boom, done. There's one here in Bellevue and Bellevue Square. That's the only one in the state of Washington. But guaranteed, this is a horrific location for a Tiffany's because literally on this corner right here is McDonald's. That's the worst McDonald's in all of the state of Washington, possibly on the West Coast, north of something in the Tenderloin in California, in San Francisco. I don't know why I have my headphones on. They're just completely unnecessary. But that's what we're just rolling with. So that's essentially what you need to know is that's where it is. And this area known here as the Blade, this has had, story after story after story we have covered there. And what's crazy is it's a known block they sell drugs, you can do drugs, prostitution, stolen goods, purchase stolen goods, sell stolen goods, you name it, the world is your oyster, and it happens right there. There's been shootings, there's been stabbings, there's been murders. It all goes down right here. And not to say that all crime happens right there, but a lot of it does. And when you're just a quick, walk up the street, that's not where you want to have a well-renowned, world-renowned jewelry store. Imagine people coming in and out of their cars from the parking lot. Hey, you going to Tiffany's? Okay. All right. Hey, you got any money on you? Let's see what we can do there. What is crazy about this is that literally, okay, so I just went off to the left. So here's 3rd Pike and Pine. Here's the Pike Place Market, just a few blocks up, right? Pike Place Market right there. Now, recently we covered the Starbucks that closed down. We have had closure after closure after closure after closure in this area. And it's because you've got basically an open air drug market on, the block that we just described, and it's not going away. And local authorities can't seem to really get a handle on it. one of my theories is that, they got to let these guys do their business somewhere, because otherwise the economy just kind of folds. Because where are people going to get cash for their drugs? We have to make that available here in Seattle. Where are people going to, sell their fenced stolen goods that they stole from businesses or, people's homes in the community? Where are they going to do that? They just, we've got to be equitable here. We've got to be equitable and give them a spot to do it. And so that's literally what happens. Let's check out this story. This story just got released. Guaranteed. We don't have a lot of details at this point in time, but guaranteed it's one of those things where lease comes up. Corporate kind of looks at it and goes, ooh, yeah, hey, let's not renew that lease. Let's get the F out of Dodge. And that's what they're doing. That's my opinion anyway, right? Another national brand is making its exit from downtown Seattle. Tiffany Co. is closing its downtown Seattle store at the Pacific Place Mall. Manager told the Business Journal Friday. 1,600 square foot store. Last day of business is set for Sunday. Tiffany's corporate office did not immediately respond to requests for comment. Closure marks another marquee brand leaving the downtown retail corridor as foot traffic volumes continue to lag their pre-COVID levels and the city's fragile retail recovery struggles to achieve sustained progress. Well, when you got a bunch of Looney Tunes and nut jobs and drug addicts and pimps and whatnot rolling around Seattle, this is not a shocker. Hey, can we get out on our lease? Hey, it's up. Oh, okay. Well, we're not going to renew. We're out of here. Sayonara, Seattle. You know where that's not happening? Bellevue, where I'm sitting right now. Bellevue Square is absolutely insane. It is so expensive. It's got so many stores you've never heard of. You've got people flying in from all over the world to go shopping there. You've got tons of people from Canada driving down to go shopping there. It's not the mall that opened up when I was in 8th grade. It is something whole nother next level. You got indoor Tesla store. You got just absolute crazy stuff. I mean, and you're not having break-ins there. You don't have that kind of stuff going on in Bellevue. So these big jewelry chains are like, Bellevue, yes, Seattle? Oh, no, we're out of there. Lululemon closed its Pacific Place store in April. Other national retailers that have departed from downtown include Nike, North Face, Carhartt, Vans, Starbucks. I mean, the list just goes on and on and on. What was it? PCC, the co-op. Still, there have been bright spots such as Uniqlo. You ever shop there? I think it's Chinese. They've got a Uniqlo in Bellevue Square as well. Going into the former downtown Macy's building. That was a real head scratcher. Hey, Uniqlo, you guys know that this is one of the worst areas in all of downtown Seattle and in the Pacific Northwest, but you guys are going to have a store going in there anyway. Some of the people that I talked to on that one, and it's clothing. It's clothing, and it's super inexpensive. I've actually bought some stuff there. It's good stuff. I mean, for the price, it's not bad. I had some workout shirts that were like, this makes sense. It was like, $12 or something for a pretty nice shirt, workout shirts. So, but they brought their own security. They've got their own in and out system going on. I mean, they've got that dialed in, right? That's Uniqlo going into the former downtown Macy's building, and the downtown Macy's building. So above that, you had Amazon had a big lease, and Amazon said, no, we are not going to be renewing anything in this building because our employees are not safe. So it's that kind of area, and they have not gone back there. And Arc'teryx moving to a larger downtown store last year, and I think they moved a little bit away. At Pacific Place, New York-based Tiffany Co. was among the first anchor tenants when the mall opened in 1998. So this mall, Pacific Place, used to be, it was like where all the cool people went to go shopping in Seattle. It was literally one of those malls. It was really cool. I mean, you had all the great stores. And then as downtown Seattle has just consistently eroded, All the stores have left, and now you've literally got kind of the San Francisco closed environment thing going on. The closure leaves the jeweler's Bellevue Square location as its last store in Washington. Around Seattle, many in the commercial real estate industry tie the city's retail recovery to the success of Pacific Place. Well, that's not going to work out well, which was once a major draw for shoppers. As of now, the mall sits more than half empty. And why is that? It's not because of lack of tourists. You've got literally tourists coming in droves, record numbers of tourists coming in off the big ships that are very close to Pike Place Market and where I showed you on the map earlier. So it's not for foot traffic. It's just that people don't want to go where they could get stabbed. It's not, they don't want to go where they could get shot. They don't want to go where they could get robbed. They don't want to go where they could get sexually assaulted. They don't want to go there. It's weird. You know what I mean? It's like, hey, come on, it's Seattle. Why don't you just, see how this goes? Just do a little shopping in in Pacific Place, and we'll just see how that goes for you. So guaranteed it's because they had a lease issue and their location was just terrible. Back in 1998, was it this bad? No. You also didn't have fentanyl back then. You didn't have these crazy drugs. You didn't defund the police. You didn't decriminalize drugs. You didn't go down all those roads. That has happened over time. This has happened over time. And, shoppers, they have the option to go shop at Bellevue Square, which is literally probably 3 miles from where I'm sitting. If you have the option to go somewhere else, maybe University of Washington Village, which is by University of Washington campus, it's got lots of nice stores. You can go shopping there and you're not going to have all this craziness happen to you. So is this inevitable? Yes, it is. Till Seattle gets some of its streets cleaned up downtown, this is going to keep on going. And this is a real negative mark on the city because you've got store after store after store closing down, and that impacts all the other smaller stores. Now, one of the other things you've got going on while all this ridiculousness is happening, you've got Amazon coming back into downtown Seattle. 50,000 Amazon employees are now in downtown Seattle, have come back. Another 10,000 have come back 5 days a week is what we're talking about. The day after New Year's Day, it was Thursday, January the 2nd, was day one of everybody back 5 days a week. So in Amazonville, which is South Lake Union, a little bit to the east of where we're talking about here, where Tiffany's is closing down, you've got just a ton of people coming back into downtown. But that is that's far enough away from all the shenanigans that happen here, where the shopping is happening or not happening as the case is. It's far enough away where Amazon really isn't impacted. And you've literally got all kinds of crazy activity going on because it's been mandated 5 days a week. You guys are going to love it. We're going to have collaboration. Oh, we're just going to get back to the good old times. But in downtown Seattle, in the area we're talking about here, it's like empty. 30% vacancy factor. Half of the Pacific Place Mall is empty. It's being impacted by crime. By allowing drug addicts to just run around, by allowing nut jobs, just absolute crazy people to just run around and do their thing. And city officials are like, what can we do to make this a safer, more conducive environment to shopping? Public safety. Start with that, because that is what's driving these stories. Guaranteed. Because if there was, it's like the In-N-Out burger in Oakland. It was making money. And yet corporate said, no, close it down. It's too dangerous. I'm getting bullets whizzing through into the store. Close it down. Even though it's making money, it's not worth the risk. Guaranteed. Tiffany said the same damn thing. It's not worth it to keep our store open, have our patrons, hey, what a blow to Tiffany's image if somebody gets stabbed, if somebody gets shot, if somebody gets assaulted, somebody gets robbed in the parking garage. That comes down on Tiffany's. And so if Tiffany's has that eject button ready to go, you betcha. We'll just hit that. Boop. We're done. We're out of here. They'll release some kind of public statement. It was with heavy heart and we love the location and we love Seattle, but because we had to make an adjustment based on, please join us at our store in Bellevue Square in Bellevue, Washington, a mere 7 miles away, whatever it is, 9 miles away, whatever. Join us there or shop with us online, tiffany's.com. Right? That's the corporate speak that you always hear about. So much of the same. This is that inevitable train wreck that we're all just kind of watching. That is the downtown core. That is Seattle in 2 basic locations. The Blade, which is Pike and Pine, in between Pike and Pine and 3rd Avenue, and also in the International District. I think it's like 3 miles away. That's South Jackson and 12th Avenue South. Those are the 2 worst intersections in all of Seattle. And then you've got Aurora Avenue North in Seattle, which has just had a run of shootings, stabbings, pimp on pimp violence, prostitutes, you name it. It's just a train wreck there as well. But that's a little bit further north, and there's no Tiffany's there. There's no Tiffany's there at all. All right. That's it for me on this one. Thanks so much for being here. I'll catch up with you in the next one. Bye for now.